Hello friends, we will discuss all the heat transfer question that has come in GATE examination. So our first question is, a steady state one-dimensional heat conduction takes place across the phases 1, this is phase 1 and this is phase 3 of a composite slab. This is composite slab because this slab is A and this slab is B, are in perfect contact. Perfect contact means there is no temperature drop at this point due to the resistance of this interface. So this is called perfect contact, where Ka and Kb denote the respective thermal conductivities. Using the data as given in the figure, the interface temperature T2. So it is asking us interface temperature T2 for this question. So here we have to see this is our figure. This is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So heat drop, temperature drop will be like this in the slab 1 and slab 2. Here this slope is more, temperature drop is more 1 to 2 as compared to 2 to 3 because here conductivity is less, that is 20. So if you will put 20 here, then T1 minus T2 should be more. Since K2 is more, T2 minus T3 will be less. So this line slope will be less as compared to slope 1 and 2. So this one thing you can see in this question. And another thing, that perfect contact. Here it is perfect contact, that is temperature 2. If we have been given some resistance that it is not a perfect contact, how this line will be joined? Like this. Here due to some resistance, this temperature will drop off. So here temperature will be T2 and here will be T2 dash. So this question will be solved in different way then. So if you will solve, put the values K. So if you will put K is equal to 20 into 100, the temperature at this phase is 130 minus T2 divided by 0.1, we can write it as 200 is equal to 100 into T2 minus 30 divided by 0.3. So I can put that as 2 or I can write it as 0.6. So I will solve this equation. Minus 0.6 T2 is equal to T2 minus 30. So 78 plus 30, 108 is equal to 1.6 T2. So 108 divided by 1.6 is, so 108 divided by 1.6, that is 67.5. So we will put here temperature and our answer is 67.5. So it is correct. It is showing Correct answer is between 67 and 68. So that is our correct answer. 67.5 our answer is coming. P2 will come out. So this is the correct answer, 67.5. Our next question is, a hollow cylinder of length L, inner radius R1 and outer radius R2 and the thermal conductivity K. The thermal resistance of the cylinder for radial conduction is. We know the formula Q is equal to 2 pi KL into delta T upon ln of R2 by R1. So in this question, answer C and D is wrong, because here the conductivity is on the upper side and the thermal resistance will be 1 upon conductivity something. So answer can be either A or B. So we know our formula will be ln of R2 by R1 upon 2 pi KL. So correct answer is A. So this is our correct answer. A plastic sleeve of outer radius R0 1 mm covers a wire. So this is our question. This is current carrying wire and here there is some insulation around it. This is current carrying wire. This radius is 0.5 and this radius is 1. R0 is equal to 1. The thermal resistance of the plastic is 0.15. This plastic is thermal resistance 0.15 and the heat transfer coefficient on the outer surface H0 is given 25. Due to the plastic addition of the plastic cover, the heat transfer from the wire to the ambient wall. So in this it is current carrying wire. Carrying a electric current. So heat transfer will reduce, then wire will carry more current. So our graph will look like this. This is our critical radius. That is RC. This is Q. So RC will be how much? K by H, because it is a cylindrical wire. So we will use the formula of K by H, or I can write 0.15 divided by 25. So this will be how much? In mm we have to calculate 0.15 divided by 25. 0.006 or is equal to 6 mm. So this critical radius is how much? Is equal to 6. Now my wire radius is how much? 1 mm. So it will be around at this point. 1 mm is around here. So I need to add more insulation to reduce the heat loss. So my heat transfer will increase up to critical radius. So current carrying capacity will reduce. So due to the addition of the plastic cover, the heat transfer from the wire to the ambient will. So the heat transfer from the wire to the ambient will increase. We will check our answer. That is our correct answer. That is A. Because if we are adding more insulation now, we are increasing the radius up to So heat transfer is increasing. If the foam of insulation is added to a 4 centimeter diameter pipe, this is 4 centimeter diameter pipe, the critical radius of the insulation. Here we have to take the insulation K of the pipe and K, note of the K of the pipe, K of the foam we have to take, and outer this one we have to take heat transfer coefficient. So if I will put here, instead of I will put 0.1 divided by 0.2. So that is 0.05 or 5 centimeter. So the critical radius of insulation should be, so now in this case it will be 5 n. So critical radius of insulation is 5. I have calculated already. The correct answer is between 4.9 and 5.1. So correct answer is 5. As the temperature increases, the thermal conductivity of the gas. Its correct answer is A. Thermal conductivity of the gas will increase. Consider a long cylindrical tube of inner and outer diameter R0, Ri and R0. Respectively, inner and outer surface are maintained at Ti and T0. Assuming one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction in the radial direction, the thermal resistance in the wall of the tube is, we have solved previously. So this correct answer is, first 1 upon K we have to find out, that is this one, and LL is not correct one, so ln of R0 by Ri upon 2 pi Kl. So this is the correct answer. Assuming one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction without heat generation in a plane wall with boundary conditions, so how we will solve this question? Usually if our conductivity will change with respect to temperature, then our temperature drop will be like this. If B is positive and X in this direction, here T1 and this is T2. Usually T1 is greater than T2 when we draw normally like this, but in this case it is given T2 is greater than T1, so heat flow will be in this direction. So this is Q. So our graph will change like this and our x is increasing here. So I can see if B is positive, graph will be like this. Now my slope is decreasing as x is increasing, because here slope is touching vertically and here it is horizontally. So I can see my slope is decreasing. So I can see as x increases, the state gradient of the temperature dt by dx will decrease, because here slope will be like this, here it will be like this. So dt by dx will decrease. So the correct answer is D. Consider one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction along x-axis through a plane wall with boundary surfaces x equal to 0 and x equal to L maintained at temperatures of 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. Heat is generated uniformly throughout the wall. Choose the correct statement. Now both the surfaces are maintained at a temperature of Suppose this is 100 and this is 0. If both are maintained at 100, suppose if both are maintained at the same temperature, then my graph will look like exact parabola and it will be maximum at the center. But now here the temperature is different on both the sides, so the maximum temperature inside the valve, the direction of heat transfer will be from 100 at 100 degrees Celsius to the surface at 0 degrees Celsius. This is not correct. When heat is generated inside the valve, the heat will transfer in both the direction. So this option is wrong. The maximum temperature inside the valve must be greater than 100 degrees Celsius. The temperature distribution is linear within the valve. It is wrong. It is also like this, but now the maximum temperature will change. The temperature distribution is symmetric about the midplane of the valve. That is also wrong because both the temperatures are not same. So this option will be correct for this condition. So the correct option is B. We will see. Check answer. Correct option is B. A pipe of 25 mm outer diameter carries steam. The heat transfer coefficient between the cylinder and the surrounding is 5. It is proposed to reduce the heat loss from the pipe by adding insulation having thermal conductivity of 0.05. Which of the following statement is true? So we can see in this case we can put in this equation 0.05 divided by 5. So it will come 10 mm. So my critical radius is 10 mm. A pipe of 25 mm outer diameter. So my outer diameter is already here, 25 diameter, 25. So it is more than critical radius of insulation of the pipe. So which one of the following statement is true? The outer radius of the pipe is equal to the critical radius. This is wrong. This statement is also wrong. So adding the insulation will reduce the heat loss because now I am adding more insulation. So my radius will increase here or it will increase here. So heat loss is decreasing. So I can write adding the insulation will reduce the heat loss. So correct option is C. In a composite slab, the temperature at the interface, so we have to calculate K1 is equal to how much of K2. So you can put the value and find out the correct answer. From here you can see one thing, because here thickness is not same, so dt by dx will be different. In case of one-dimensional heat conduction in a medium with constant property, T is the temperature at the position x and at time t, then del T by del T is proportional to. So this is our heat conduction equation, and so I will take the help of Sengen, where generalized heat conduction equation is this one. So del T by del T is proportional to del 2T by del x square. So my correct answer will be this one, del 2T by del x square. So we will check. Correct option is D. One-dimensional unsteady state heat transfer equation for a sphere with generate heat at the rate of Qg can be written as. So generalized heat conduction equation for sphere. So basic we know it, 1 upon r square will come, and it will be in the form of this form, something like this. Q upon K plus 1 upon alpha del T by del T is similar for plane wall, cylinder, and this equation, where only this portion will change. So we will check our correct answer is so in descending order of magnitude, the thermal conductivity of pure iron, liquid water, saturated water vapor, and medium can be arranged as. So we know saturated water vapor is a gas, so its conductivity will be very less. So answer C, it should be in the last. So the correct option is C. And here we can check also whether in aluminum or pure iron, if you are confused whose conductivity is more, then other option you can see they have put C in the second place. That is also wrong, because liquid water has more conductivity than saturated water vapor because it is a gas. So the option we can match it as aluminum will have more conductivity. So through other option you can see also. So correct option is C. For a given heat flow and the same thickness, the temperature drop across the material will be maximum for whose conductivity will be very less. The temperature drop will be maximum for that material. So answer is glass wool. Two insulating material of thermal conductivity K and 2K are available for lighting a pipe carrying a hot fluid. So we want to reduce the heat transfer through the hot fluid. If the radial thickness of each material is same, so thermal resistance will be more whose conductivity is less. So if we will use this material inside, then our thermal resistance will be more for the inner layer. So it will read. So this is the pipe whose conductivity is K, and this is the outer insulation of 2K. So if I am putting K here, then my thermal resistance will increase and heat transfer loss will reduce at this point. So I can see material with lower thermal conductivity should be used for inner layer and one with higher thermal conductivity for the outer. So correct option is B. The thermal conductivity is lower for wood, air, water at 100 degrees Celsius and steam at 1 bar. I think its answer should be air. We'll check, I don't know correctly. That is correct. So heat is generated uniformly in a long solid cylindrical rod at the rate of 4 into 10 raised to power 7. The thermal conductivity of the rod material is 25. Under steady state conditions, the temperature difference between the center and the surface of the rod is. So it is a cylindrical rod. So for the cylinder, we know the formula is T naught minus Ts is equal to Q dot R naught square upon 4K. So this will be the temperature drop between the outer surface and the center, because temperature will be maximum at the center and at the surface it is Ts. So if you will put u dot as 4 into 10 raised to power 7 r naught square upon 4k, the answer will come as 10. So the correct option will be 10. A brick wall of thickness 0.18 mm separates the warm air in a room from the cold ambient air. In a particular winter, the outside air temperature is 5 degrees Celsius and the room needs to be maintained at 27 degrees Celsius. The heat transfer coefficient associated with the outside air is 20. Neglecting the convective resistance of the air inside the room, the heat loss in. So you have to draw the graph. So this is your brick. And this is your house inside. Where it is winter season, so it is hot inside. So now you have been given H naught, you have been given the heat transfer coefficient for the outside air is 20, and for the brick you have been given conductivity, and inside we have to neglect Hi is 0. So the thermal resistance will be in parallel, that is this is 1 upon Ha, this is 1 upon L upon Ka. So this you can find out total resistance for this condition, and you can use Q dot is equal to delta T upon R. So delta T is how much? 27 minus 5, that is 22, and R you can find out through this one. So correct answer you can find out. A cylindrical uniform fluid rod of radius 5 mm in a nuclear reactor is generating at the rate of this one. So you have been given the rod is cooled by liquid convective heat transfer coefficient at 25 degrees Celsius. At steady state, the surface temperature of the rod is. So the answer will come out. Same thing, you have to find out delta T is equal to 4 into 10 raised to power 5, 7 into 5 whole square divided by 4k, that will come out 10. So T naught minus Ts is equal to 10. The same equation that we have used here. T naught minus Ts is equal to 10. Same value will come out. And at steady state, the surface temperature in Kelvin of the rod is. So I am finding out what is this temperature is given. The rod is cooled by a liquid. So T naught minus Ts is given. So actually the answer should be 298, I think. You can confirm it because T naught is equal to Ts plus 10, where delta T will come as 10. So T naught minus 10 is equal to surface temperature, that will be 15 degrees Celsius, or in Kelvin it will be 298. A 10 mm diameter electrical conductor is covered by an insulation of thickness 2 mm. The critical rate conductivity of the question is insulation is 0.08 and conductivity of the convection is 10 watt. So the radius will come out as 0.008 mm meter or 8 mm, and our insulation radius 2 mm, so it will be less than critical radius. So adding of the further insulation of the same material will increases the heat loss to a maximum, then decrease the heat loss. Thank you guys.